Good morning, fellow Wojaks. Today is December 16th, 2025, on a gorgeous Tuesday morning. The market is, I think Bitcoin is just sideways. Dropped a little bit, I think. It's around 87,000 ish. Of course, Wojak followed it down. Yesterday, I remember, right after I shot the video yesterday, we actually dropped into the 117, 118 level. Never did I expect to see, you know, the price drop that low again. I tried to set an order to that level afterwards, but it never filled. So we'll see, whether um, I can get this order filled or not, because, you know, this is, incredibly low price in my opinion. Of course, the price can always drop lower. The thing is, when we think the price cannot possibly drop any lower, it would decrease another 50%. So who knows? I'm still hoping that one day I'm gonna be like OG Wojak, be able to buy Wojak at $5 million market cap. That should put us at around I don't know, maybe around like points, like a 50% from here. So still not giving up on that goal, but hopefully not. I'm perfectly okay if the price just goes up from here, but nobody can time the market, you know. And there are a lot of theories out there on why the dump. Some people think there's a coordinated attack on Bitcoin, on crypto in general. Seems like every other asset is going up, stocks, gold, not oil, but everything else is going up. I'm not into the conspiracy theories, but I do believe that the majority of sellers right now are retail, in anticipation of this, 4-year cycle they were so used to over the past 2 or 3 cycles. And the big buyers, of course, I believe, are the institutions, the Michael Saylors, the ARK, including sovereign funds like El Salvador, Luxembourg, these sovereign funds. So it's a battle between the bulls and the bears, and eventually, I have 100% confidence that the bulls will win in the long run. But in the short run, we're gonna see these fluctuations in prices, and that's expected. So meanwhile, on big swings, especially big red days, I try to free as much cash as possible and buy at these ridiculously low price levels. Even though I think I've more than enough of Wojak, but it's hard not to buy when price dips. Especially consider that I think the potential of this project. And we see that, every day we have confirmation of these knockoffs coming online on Solana. There was one Solana, they called it the OG, and it went as high as like $10 million market cap a couple months ago, and it went as low as $200,000 just a couple days ago. It's almost like a dead project, but for some reason, the price just shot up like 3x overnight. I don't know what's going on. I suspect it's probably, the Vamp project from Solana, the other one, the one made by the founder of Bobo. Maybe some big holders from that project, they sold their bag and switched back to the other Solana Wojak. So if that's the case, it's kind of like a civil war among the Solana vamps, because even the one they call the OG is not really the OG, right? It's another knockoff from Solana. But being we really the OG Wojak, I'm just really just sitting back and see this whole drama playing out. It would be satisfying to see that the Vamp project right now that's over $20 million market cap, that one just collapses. It will be pretty satisfying. And eventually the market is going to realize, any one of these projects on Solana that just, anybody can create for a few Solanas, they cannot last. I mean, we already saw the vamp attack on this project that took its market cap from $10 million to 200,000. I mean, who is going to trust that project from now on? And with this new vamp attack, you can just easily, drain the liquidity or the market cap from this one, with another launch of another Wojak token on Solana. So really, there's no longevity in any one of these projects. And if you're thinking about making a quick flip, buying any one of these, good luck, because they are heavily manipulated by the big money behind it, and then they're not gonna tell you when they're gonna sell, when they're gonna buy. Like, when this thing is at 200K market cap, everybody thought it was dead. Then maybe one or two players just probably putting like $100,000 into it and just jacked up, jacked up the price tremendously, 3 or 4x overnight. And when you get in, when you think, oh, this thing might run to 10x, and when you think that, that's when they're gonna pull their money out and dump it on you. So I know I'm rambling here. I'm not really familiar with these pump and dump schemes, like how they work, but I would imagine, if I'm running such things, it's not to make other people rich, it's to make myself rich. If I was the founder of these tokens, I want to first make sure that I'm recovering all the capital I put into it. And second of all, to really just to dump my bag, sucker the dumb money in and dump on them and make a huge profit on it. That's how these people accumulated their bags, their millions of dollars. It's not to make their community rich, it's to enrich themselves. So these are just scammers, and that's why I'm not surprised this has the latest drama is taking place. Another thing I want to touch upon is there seems to be a coordinated dump on Bitcoin every morning at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I saw a couple of people mentioning it on X. I don't know how reliable that is. Today, I think there's less of a dramatic drop at 10 o'clock in the morning Eastern Standard Time. So it might be just a few days of fluke, but we'll keep a tab on this. If that's the case, it's easy for once the market figure out there's a pattern, they can take advantage of it, and eventually, such manipulation will not work. I think manipulations only work in the short term. Once the market figured out the mechanism or the process behind it, the market is going to absorb that manipulation and even everything out. So, when everything is going sideways, I know how frustrating it is. I know that on red days and red weeks, like this week, we went down like 5 or 6 days in a row. I mean, it's mentally and emotionally draining, to think that what is going on? Why this thing is not going up? Everything else is going up. But really at these times, you got to go back to the fundamentals. What's the supply? What's the meme? What's the market demand? And that's, once you rethink about these fundamentals, that's where you're going to get your confidence from. And that propels you to not only hodl through the bear markets, but also, give you the confidence to buy more when price dips. Like I said earlier, I'm still hoping that the price can dip into the 5 million market cap so I can load up even more. If it does go there, I think I'm gonna sell all my bitcoins and just buy everything. Put everything into Wojak, and um, you know, and just accumulate as much as possible if that happens. But I really don't think that we're that much further away from the bottom. Um, of course, the market always surprises us. But let us just encourage one another and build each other up. Shout out to Algo Monk, to Christoph, to Billionaire. You guys are my encouragement. Every day, just doing posts on X, on Telegram groups. Just seeing feedback, interaction with you guys gives me tremendous amount of encouragement. So thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care.